We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another wicked MPJ rock album reviews. Welcome to my panel, to Dom, to Paul, and to Trish. Woohoo!
Hey.
And not forgetting the absent Dave, who's off on his travels this month. So, however, we do have his votes. Votes, you're asking? What's this all about? So, what's the show about? Well, we are reviewing all the latest rock albums, and we do it in the style of putting two bands with their new albums head to head, find out which we would spend our hard-earned cash to buy, but also rate them out of 5 for our listening pleasure. How much pleasure do we get listening to them? Will they reach our Hall of Fame?
Hello.
And maybe get into our album of the year review show to get into our top albums of the year. So, who have we got today? Who are battling out today? We have Elaine and their album We Shall Remain. Or will they? And they are up against Voyager and Fearless in Love. So, without further ado, who are Elaine? Well, the members of Elaine are Madeline Liljestam, Richard Ekberg, Jesper Sundhagen, and Philippe Stalberg. Ooh, I'm getting better. Elaine is a Swedish. We haven't had a Swedish one. We've always had Sweden, but we're returning back to Sweden this time. Metal formed in 2004, notable for their dark symphonic metal sound with influences of black metal, death metal, and thrash metal. In 2014, Elaine released her debut single and music video, Gathering Storm, having recruited David Eriksson on drums, Sebastian Bergerland on keyboards, and Andreas Mattisson on bass in 2013. 2015, they released their second single, Land Beyond Sanity, and in April they released their eponymous debut album. Liljestam describes the theme of the album as more often than not, evil lingers on the promise of good, and that there is always someone who ensures success and utopia when the goal is egocentric. A comforting voice which hisses tender words, where purpose is to make you close your eyes to what is happening. I think that's brilliant, don't you? 22, Elaine signed with record label Atomic Fire Records, and here they are now with We Shall Remain. Or will they? Will they remain? Let's find out. Let's go to Dom then. Dom, a bit of Elaine. Had you come across them before?
No, never come across them. But Nigel, you and your Swedish symphonic rock. What is this all about? But actually, this has got a really nice darkness to it, though. And yes, there's a harsh vocal. You know, I love a harsh vocal, and there is some harsh vocal. A couple of lines, and then here and there. But there's a lot also of the kind of, for me, that Metallica thrash groove thing going on here. Kind of something really rocks your bowels. It's kind of really low end stuff. In a good way. I feel like I was listening to this album on a plane actually, and I felt like the lead singer's going to really at any moment could just really kick your ass. But then there's something in her bright melodic vocals that convinces you she'd also be really lovely about it while she did it. But she's definitely going to kick your ass, and you're going to love it. And then the band are just going to stand around and watch and laugh at you while she kicks your ass. That's what I felt like. That was all what was going through my mind while I was doing it. I actually really liked this album. I thought it was great. I thought it was pretty banging, to be honest.
Cool. Trish.
Hi.
Hi, Trish.
So, this album is very similar sounding to Phantom Elite's Blue Blood and Elysion's Bring Out Your Dead, both of which I love. But I shouldn't compare this to Phantom and Elysion. This album on its own, though, is symphonic metal, but with a hint of darker, heavier guitars. The songs flow well and are solid with bursts of greatness, and while it's a bit heavier at times, it works. I really liked the track Blood in Their Eyes. This is my first time hearing Elaine, and this album has left me impressed, and I definitely recommend and say that they are up there with Phantom Elite and Elysion.
Ooh, high praise indeed. Very high praise indeed. You've not, I think, Dom, you've joined later in the year, so you've not had the, you've not listened to those albums yet, which top in our Hall of Fame. So that is high praise. Okay, Paul, Elaine. What did it do for you? Did it rock you, Paul? Did she want to like bowl you over, then kick the hell out of you?
Oh, definitely. I think she did. Yes, definitely. The music is great. It's really heavy, heavy metal, or modern heavy metal. Her voice is absolutely fantastic. However, for me, there was an issue because the songs were interrupted by a gorilla that had its tonsils out and was screaming away in the background. And for me, that kind of just ruined the whole thing, and spoiled it, basically. So it's not quite up there, but which is a shame. It just it was a real turn off. But apart from that, yeah, great. But how can you say apart from that? I just wish they hadn't included the tonsilless gorilla, screaming gorilla, basically.
Yeah, I'm with you, Paul, as well. I think it just like top of the albums, top of the charts for us this year had been the likes of Phantom Beyond the Black and Elysion. And you go like, wow, and it was on a similar vein. This was a thoroughly thumpingly good album, interspersed with growlo. Luckily for me, it wasn't prolonged growlo, but it did annoy me. It did. I would report it did annoy me. I just don't. It didn't add anything. It didn't add anything at all to the album. It wasn't like it was, like if you listen to someone like when we listened to Avenged Sevenfold and the way they did things, and they hit that screamo which lasted about 4 seconds, but it was an accentuation of what was happening with the album. For me, this didn't accentuate anything. It was just like, well, we're going to be a little bit different, so we're just going to throw in a bit of growlo in there, and a bit of screamo in there, just because we want to try and be different. Without it didn't accentuate, it didn't add anything to it. It just annoyed me. But and it's a shame. But standout track for me, "Stand by Flames" or "Stand by the Flame." I thought it was fantastic. I thought this album was really good. Don't get me wrong. Despite the growlo, I thoroughly enjoyed the album. I thought they definitely got a huge amount of potential, and I think her voice was phenomenally good. But for me, like Paul, just annoyed by the bit of growlo that goes in, but there wasn't enough to ruin it. That's the phrase here. There wasn't enough of it to ruin it. It just got annoying. Okay, solid start then. Who are they up against? They are up against Voyager, "Fearless in Love," as we all are. Members of the band: Daniel Danny Estrin. Why would you say Daniel Danny? I mean. Odd. Simone Dow, Scott K, Ashley Dudcourt, and Alex Canyon. The Voyager are a progressive metal band from Perth, Western Australia. We don't have many Australians, that's good. We get around the globe. Formed in '99, the band released their 7th full-length albums. Their 7th album, Colours of the Sun, was released worldwide on 2019 through French-American metal record label Seasons of Mist. They represented... I didn't know this. They represented... Oh, it's them! It's them, Paul. I didn't connect. They represent Australia in the Eurovision Song Contest in 2015 with the song "Promise," which would have got my 12 points.
Yeah.
I voted for these guys. There we go. Finishing 9th place. Voyager's popularity increased rapidly following European release of Element 5. Their band secured its first major support, opening for Steve Vai in Perth in 2004. Voyager's 8th album, "Fearless in Love," is scheduled for release in 23, which is here. Early reviews have been positive, seeing as continued positive evolution of the band's unique musical style. Unique musical style? Ooh, really? Well, they're going to get another half a point now because they were in the Eurovision Song Contest. But there we go. So, Voyager then. Trish, let's start with you. What did you think of Voyager?
Well, I'd not heard of them before, so I had no idea what to expect. The album starts a bit pop synthesizer at the beginning of The Best Intentions, which is quite an apt title. Then the guitars and drums hit to show the rock side to this song. It's swiftly followed by Prince of Fire and the more aggressive Ultraviolet, which does have a bit of growlo in there. But this album is definitely keyboard synth driven, but with a mix of progressive rock, and I absolutely loved Dreamer and Promise. As a new listener to Voyager, this album has something for you in there, with plenty of riffs and heaviness to sink your teeth into if you so wish.
Ooh, Dom, what do you think of Voyager?
Yeah, well, I remembered them from Eurovision and loved them in Eurovision. I thought they were so awesome, and I just felt for them when they didn't get like many votes, did they, Frasers? They ended up doing quite well, actually. I don't think they were like 9th or 10th, I think, in the end. But yeah, there's a real mix in here, which I kind of like, which I guess is playing into their prog roots. So they're kind of trying to draw from all sorts of different influences. There was a bit of that kind of harder indie sound, like Maximo Park or the Editors or somebody like that. I thought that I could hear in there. I love Maximo Park. I love the Editors. They're incredible. And there's the harsh vocals as well. Love a bit of that. That was good. I just wonder if they're trying to work out what it is they want to be, or if they're just trying to kind of cover all the bases. But it was an awesome big sound, and I thought it was a great album. Yeah, I thought they really hit the nail.
Paul.
Yeah, I'll concur with everything that's been said. They have this dramatic sound that builds, and then all of a sudden is just like this huge hit that comes in. And he has a very melodical voice that you could easily associate on times with someone that was from like Foreigner or you know, a mainstream band back in the 70s. However, the downside for me was I felt the lyrics were written by a 12-year-old. They were just so basic. There was no substance to them. So either they were written by a 12-year-old or they were written by a 12-year-old IA program or whatever. But it just didn't fit in with the sophistication of some of the music. It just didn't fit in. It just seemed out of place, and probably that's what affected them in Eurovisions as well. But so apart from that, they have a lot of key ingredients. They're way out there, and some of the dramatic effects that they're able to produce is fantastic. But the lyrics just don't match what they're trying to do for me anyway. But I did enjoy the album, and I did enjoy his voice.
I wrote down, if Gary Newman did heavy rock, this would be the album. This would definitely be the album, really, to be honest with you, with that electronic synth and sometimes his voice, very kind of that. I could hear Gary Newman in it. I love Twisted. I love Promise, obviously. Both hit my playlist. Thoroughly enjoyable album, but Paul's right. Kind of basic lyrics. Yeah, I mean, you could have almost written like going down to Mississippi to do shopping or something like that, you know, and it would have been meaningless, wouldn't it, Dom? There we go. Yeah. So, solid album, thoroughly enjoyable. It wasn't amazing, but it was enough to captivate you. It was enough to keep you going. It was enough for you to keep coming back to, and that's you know a good album when you go, I think I enjoyed that. I want to have another listen, and you would listen to it again. You think, actually, yeah, I really did enjoy that. I think I'll have another listen. Would you put the album on above some of the other albums we've had this year? Probably not, but solid, fun. I liked it. It was enjoyable. And now that I remember, obviously, because like, why would I not? Eurovision Song Contest, brilliant. We've got to get an interview for them, Trish, and ask our stock question of would you go on Eurovision? Well, funny that, Nigel. We've already been on that way. Anyway, right, okay, let's find out then who we're going to vote for. Will it be Elaine? Will it be Voyager? This could be one hell of a super tight battle. Ooh, well, we like big battles. Obviously, we like close battles. So let's start with you then, Trish. Elaine.
4.5.
4.5. Big score for Elaine. Paul.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah, we really hated that Growlo. Dom.
3.5.
It was a 3 from Dave, which was quite surprising, and a 4 from me. So there we go. So we are looking at 7, we are looking at 11.5, we're looking at 12, 14, 17.5. Good score. Good score. Really good score. Let's find out then a Voyager, then Trish.
4.5.
It's a draw. Trish, which one are you going to buy?
Voyager.
Okay, Paul, Voyager.
I mean, it's difficult because Elaine is normally the type of music I would listen to, but Voyager gets the marks for me. I give him a 3.
A 3. Paul is being very, very harsh this month, isn't he? He's being very kind of, I'm not giving my votes without, it's going to, I'm drawing blood out. Okay, Dom, Voyager.
4. They just tipped the balance, I think.
Voyager obviously going to win back the balance. Dave give Voyager 2. A 2, so Elaine wins that one. I also give Voyager a 4. What would I buy? Which one would I buy? Oh God, that's a tough one. Gonna go Elaine. Despite the Growlo, I think her voice was just phenomenal, really. So I'll give it to Elaine. But so Voyager scores 6, 10.5, 13.5. Oh my God, 17.5 as well.
Oh.
They have tied, and Trish with that split choice decision, giving it to Voyager, wins the day. Voyager win it. Oh, but that is the tightest battle of the bands or battle of the albums I think we might have ever had. That was super close. 2 really good albums, 2 actually, as it turned out, different styles a little bit, but really, really congratulations to Voyager. But you know what, congratulations to Elaine as well. You got both albums getting the MPJ seal of approval on that side of things as well. So wow, excellent. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe for all the latest rock album reviews. And I mean, this month is like 16 albums we're reviewing. Next month we're reviewing 20. Oh my God. So please like and subscribe. Thank you very much to my panel, to Paul, to Dom, to Trish, and bye for now, everybody.